everyone, welcome. You are listening to the very first episode of our podcast, Her Story.
We are so happy you are here. I'm Helena and I study conflict studies and peace building here at the University of Osnabrück.
And I'm Carmela. I also study at the University of Osnabrück, but my degree is in international migration and intercultural relations.
Together, we started this project because we know that moving to a new country is a huge journey. It's full of challenges, but also full of joy.
Exactly. So in this podcast, we want to share the real stories of international women who have moved to Osnabrück. We want to help you to feel understood, connected, and definitely not alone.
Our first guest is Eda.
Hi.
Hi, Eda. How are
guys.
you?
I am fine. How are you guys?
We're good. Yeah. So to start, would you like to introduce yourself a little bit and tell us who you are and here today as well? Yeah.
So I am Eda. I am 25 and I am doing a master's in cognitive science at the University of Osnabrück right now. It's my third semester. And so yes, that's I have been here for a year now. I did my bachelor's back in Turkey in mathematics in Middle East Technical University. Yes.
So let's take a small step back to understand where this journey started. You moved to Germany about a year ago, you said. What did your life look like just before you left Turkey?
So I was doing my bachelor's and I had to decide between doing a career in academia or maybe in industry and have a job. So I did. So I had to decide between those two. So that's why I have decided to do my master's. And I was also living with my boyfriend, and I had my closest friends with me. And I was living in one of the most beautiful campuses in Turkey. And I was also doing I had the small career in a stand-up. I had been doing some stages in maybe 2 times a week. So yeah, that was that.
So as you said, you do stand-up comedy. You did it in Turkey. You're also doing it now in Germany. So compared to when you performed in Turkey, do you think that you have more freedom of expression here? And are there some certain things that you feel more free to talk about and others that you feel more difficult?
Yeah, definitely. It feels more. It definitely feels better here to talk about stuff, especially because the situation back in Turkey now is so complicated that people, including comedians that I know, are getting arrested for saying stuff about politics, about religion, about anything, especially Erdogan. And there's this website called Cimer where audience actually can tell you to authorities about saying stuff, and just authorities can get you arrested. So I think comparing the situation back in Turkey to here, I do feel more independent and more free to talk about stuff, about especially politics, religion, and Erdogan. And I, as a woman, I do feel better to talk about sex, for example, because there's more freedom I feel here. Yes, so definitely I have changed in that way as a performer.
But why did you choose Germany as the country to move? Germany has a large Turkish community. Did that play a role in your decision?
Yes. I mean, at first I didn't think that much about it because I didn't think that would play a role for me to choose Germany. The main thing was that the education is free here. And then my closest friends and my boyfriend are coming to here, so that also played a role. And but having a Turkish community has helped me a lot here about my integration, because even like going to a doctor that speaks Turkish, a dentist, and the Turkish brands that I can have, the Turkish tea that I can drink. So I think that help me about integrating and making me less homesick.
Okay. And when you moved, did you come alone, or did you already know people here who could support you, at least at the beginning?
Both yes and no, because I have people here, I have friends and here, but they are quite away in Berlin and Dresden. So although they are away, I think they have helped me like emotionally and practically to settle in. They have picked me up from airport, like get me a SIM card, and I don't know, carried my luggage, which can be seen as small things, but they are not, because for a person coming to a country alone, those are big things to do. And so, I mean, I am alone here in Osnabrück. I was, but I had still some people that I can connect with if I wanted to go a night 8 hours away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Looking back now after 1 year, do you think Germany met your expectation? In what ways did it surprise you, positively or negatively?
I think I'm quite happy with the things that are right now. But like about 6 months ago or 8 months ago, I would say, why did I come here? I didn't. I had a good life. I didn't have to come here. But now that I'm thinking, I think I wouldn't be the same person. First of all, because this experience has made me grow so much as a person. Although I had my bachelor's without my parents, I think this is so much different than it was. And also, I think I couldn't go to places that I wanted to see mostly because of visa issues. So I think this is quite nice, the things that they are right now.
Different question. What does integration mean to you personally? And after 1 year of you being here in Osnabrück, do you feel integrated in the German society?
Both yes and no. And because integration means to me that you not being aware that you are in abroad all the time. So at first I was like, oh, this is so new to me. Everything is kind of new to me, especially when I'm interacting with people that I don't know their language. And so I think integration for me means that not being aware that you are in Germany. And I do feel integrated mostly, but there are some times that I do feel like I'm not from here. That's obvious, but those moments are quite fading away. They're good.
Okay.
So, you don't speak German? How do you think the languages have influenced your integration, especially in Osnabrück, where English is not always widely spoken?
Yes, I think not speaking German is the most affecting thing here for preventing my integration, because I think it would have been more easier for me to talk German, because I really don't like doing this thing where I go to a store and I have to do this nice and like being shy and not being inconfident myself because I don't know German and asking, können Sie Englisch sprechen? Something like that. And I don't want to do this all the time. It's also like very much cognitive load to you. And I think that's why I do feel like it could have been more easy if I knew German. But then I think for now I'm handling it well. I don't really care that much about it because I have more priorities, and I think I can learn it in a long time. I don't know. Let's see.
You can do it.
How was your experience of being a woman change since you moved to Germany?
Overall, I think I do feel better here as a woman, mostly because of the conjecture in Turkey has changed throughout the years, especially in 20 years that women don't feel safe in Turkey. So, like even coming back to here is kind of a safe feeling for me.
Okay.
Yeah, so you feel more safe here compared to Turkey, and there are things you feel more free to do here as a woman, and other things that you miss from Turkey.
So yes, I do feel more safe, but back in Turkey, I think maybe because I was living in Istanbul and in Ankara, those are very big cities. There were like lights in the cities, people always, and like buses anytime, 24 hours. So I think that is something I miss from Turkey that also made me feel safer compared to here, because there's almost there's no people around here, especially in Osnabrück after 8. But and also I had like more tools to make me safer back in Turkey, like someone that I can call and like an app, a pepper spray, something like that. But till that I have that tools here, I didn't feel safe. But now that I have like those tools around me, that I have like an app or something and someone that I can call, so those things like that, I do feel secure here, although there is no light in the street.
Yeah, it's so dark. But have you personally experienced racism here in Germany, or have you seen it happen to people close to you? And how has that shaped your experience, the way you experience daily life, everyday life?
I haven't faced any like direct racism, but I have faced stuff like when people hear me speak Turkish, even not even loudly, or they see that I am not speaking German. There are people like rolling eyes and making sounds like, why don't you speak German? You have to speak German, something like that. But other than that, I haven't felt any direct racism, mostly maybe because I'm a white passing, but I know so many people that are facing racism here, especially now that the political situation is also changing in Germany. It is making me very sad when I do face it, and yeah, it plays with your mood.
Yeah.
So to close, we'd like to look ahead and think about women who might currently be considering a similar move. What do you hope they would take from your experience, and what advice would you give to women who want to move to Germany?
I would, first of all, I would say just don't compare yourself with others, because everyone has like different experiences. It's okay to be not integrated in 6 months. You can be integrated in 1 year. It's okay, and also more or less. That's also fine. And the second would be that it's also okay not to learn German so quickly. I mean, eventually we will learn. And the third would be that I think it's important to take those safety tools with you as a woman, so that you would feel more confident in yourself. And also just don't feel bad if you don't have friends yet. I think that also takes time. And it's probably there is nothing wrong with you. It's just it just takes time.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Eda.
Thank you to you too.
And thank you for everybody that listened to the first episode. Bye.